we go.
Hi,
That
how
was
are you?
easy, wasn't
Yeah, not bad. I was worried.
it? Okay, I have to first say thank you. I'm sorry I had to take care of some stuff that wasn't in my control, but I say thank you. You know, I
All
have
right.
to be, we know how we do. We be on CP time sometime now.
Yes, it's all right. It's all
So,
right.
how are you? What I want to start off by asking is, how are you?
I'm doing real good. How are you?
I'm good. I know the last time that I heard about you, you had some issues with your health. Is that getting back better or
Oh man, that was totally overblown. That
as
woman,
always?
she was just trying to sell newspaper articles, I guess. I
Oh,
mean, I have um, a heart failure, but it's controlled. I've had it for years, but I'm fine.
so basically she was just trying to make some money pretty much.
Yeah, we talked to each other for like 2 hours about my life and where I went to school and everything, but all you saw was Reggie Hayes on the verge of death, living in a cardboard box somewhere. And I'm like, what? What happened? I
That's
was
how they
calling
do.
people. I was calling people all week, telling them it's not true. Everything is. But that's all right.
Well, that just shows that you're iconic to the culture. That just goes to show that they will lie on legends. So that means you mean something to the culture.
It's true. It's true. Well, I'm hoping that this interview will balance things out so people will see what's really going on.
Well, that's why, I hit you up because I really want you to get your flowers, as they say, because I have seen in your comments that you say, well, I'm not really as important as the other cast, but I mean, you are, because if you wasn't, I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you. You meant a lot to a lot of Black boys, Black men, Black people in general. I hope you
Thank
know
you.
that.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so let's jump right into your background. Tell me a little bit about, your humble beginnings.
Oh, humble beginnings. I mean, I studied theater and acting at Illinois State University and got my degree, moved to Chicago, and then I did theater and improv for about 5 years before I moved out here. I did little parts on TV and film before I moved out here. And then things really took off once I got here. So I'm very blessed, very thankful.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So when did you discover that you actually had that thing of acting?
Well, I was a clown, and I just enjoy the kind of attention and the way people just like to have you around, or they're happy to see you when you come in. My
Mm-hmm.
dad was the same way. He was uh, very gregarious. People just seemed to be happier when
Mm-hmm.
he would show up. And I was like, this is the way to get along. I would think when I was little, I would, hang with him a lot. And I was
Right.
like, I think this is a good way to be, even if I'm not going to be an actor. I think just to be, to clown around and stuff is a pretty good idea.
Well, it sounds like it was already set in stone for you to be an actor.
I always wanted to be, because the sitcoms and things when I was a little boy it cheered me up and it made me feel just good to watch them. On happy days when Fonzie would come in, you just feel
Mm-hmm.
happier. And
Mm-hmm.
I thought I want to make people feel this way. It's kind of like medicine, for people.
Right. So talk to me when you landed into Hollywood. What was the process of auditioning like back in that day?
Oh, back in that day, well, it's just it's not that long ago.
I'm
But
gonna tell you why I said that. Just answer the question. I'll tell you why I said that.
uh, it was a little scary. I'd had big auditions before in Chicago, but when I got here, and I think my first audition was for the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air,
Oh,
and I was
okay.
all because I was doing a play, and I was approached by agents and things that wanted to represent me because of the work I was doing there.
Mm-hmm.
And then the guy was like, "Hey, they were, come on, this is perfect for you." And I was all scared, and I didn't know how to really get to the NBC studio, and it was like the maps and everything, and the roads, and it was scarier trying to get there than the actual
Mm-hmm.
audition. And then I went in there, and one of the guys was on the phone the whole time. So I was kind of, like, hey, all right, what's going on, But
Wow.
I didn't get it. But things, I got it. Things took off after that, I think.
So I read, because like I said, I do a lot of reading before I talk to people. I read that you originally did a pilot with the WB. Tell me a little bit about that pilot.
It's called Nick Freno, licensed teacher.
Okay.
I got it 4 months after I got here, and made a lot of my friends really angry. They're a little jealous, a little hatery. But
Well,
it was cool, It didn't. It didn't last for me. I just did the one episode, and then they replaced me with somebody with more experience. Because they worry about their money and like this guy's new, can he do it? But it really made it made me feel like I'd made the right decision to kind of come and stay.
right, right.
Mm.
So everyone knows that you played the iconic William Dent from Girlfriends. Everybody knows.
Yes, sir.
So I want to talk to you about that. Did you know that Girlfriends will become this legendary show in the culture of Black history? And I have so many questions about that, but that's one thing that I really want to know from you.
I did not know. I was very surprised. I knew after the second or third episodes, because the scripts were really smart, and I was really impressed with the writing. The writing was very, very good, and the reception was extraordinary. So I was like, you know what, this has legs. This is gonna go. This is gonna be around for a while. And Miss Ross was there, which was all the beautiful women, and Kelsey Grammer's connection to it, or he was producing. And I was just like, this is a dream for me. This could be it for me.
Shout out to Golden, Persia,
Right.
Tracy.
Hi, girls.
Shout out to everybody that was on that ensemble cast. I'm missing one.
Jill.
There you go. There you go.
My baby. I call her Jilly Bean.
Jilly Bean. She's actually getting ready to be on a new show on the OWN network. So
Really?
big ups to her. Big ups to her.
Good work.
But you received in that role 3 NAACP Image Awards, and you even was voted People's Sexiest Man Alive in 2007.
Sexiest nerd.
But see, that's the thing. You don't call yourself iconic. You don't consider yourself being a part of the cast. But according to your resume, like, sheesh.
Well, thank you.
Come on, Reggie.
No, I think Eddie Murphy is iconic. Richard Pryor. Was a great
I mean,
guy.
but they didn't have roles like William Dent, though. Come on.
No, I mean, I got a little toe in the door. Hopefully, I want to get back in there and do something to impress you guys a little bit more. I want to give you a little bit more.
Oh, you coming back? You coming back by popular demand? By popular
I'm trying.
demand.
I'm trying.
Even if I have to make a trip to California myself, okay? Who door do I need to knock on?
I bet you're a pretty aggressive young fella. You're a smart guy.
So why did Girlfriends suddenly end?
Well, there was a writer's strike in 2007. It came at the end of the year, and it just kind of paralyzed the whole town. Like, all the writers just went out because they weren't getting the contract they wanted to get. So most of the shows stopped, and then they stopped for like a year.
Mm-hmm.
And then the year after that, there was a threat of an actor's strike. So nothing really happened for 2 years. And when you stop a show like that, it costs a whole lot of money to kind of bring it back or whatever to restart. But I don't want to cry, racism or anything. But if it had been a white show, they would have, It was just, we really had 9 episodes left to finish. And they didn't even finish our contract after 8 years. It was really kind of a slap in the face. And we had saved that network too. They were going off the air when we came on, and we turned the whole show around for them. And then for them to just let us go like that was pretty hurtful and insulting.
Yeah, because when I seen recently that they announced that Sex and the City was coming back, I was like, well, why is Sex and the City coming back, but Girlfriends is still left in the dirt, and everyone's still fighting to get Girlfriends back, at least a movie.
Well,
It was like, what?
well, they do have a bigger audience. Sex and the City obviously is big, but now, I mean, with Netflix, we're worldwide. I get calls from Great Britain and Germany and Africa and all over the place. You
Mm-hmm.
know, it's really it's quite something. But I'm praying that that we will, and also I'm praying to do other things. So so
Oh, you will. Watch. You will. You
we'll
will.
see.
Tyler Perry gonna call you as soon as we get off this interview. Bring.
Tell him to call me. Reggie is waiting.
I got you. So were you ever offered a spinoff at least?
There was a lot of talk about that. There was we were gonna. I think they were gonna do it with me and Monica. But like I
Oh,
said,
okay.
that those strikes came, and then the economy crashed. I don't know if you were old enough to remember in 2008.
Oh, I remember.
Yeah, everybody was losing their homes, and the banks were all failing. And that's where they get their cash from. It costs like just the way they do it economically.
Hmm.
It costs them like $1 billion to do a show. Honestly, to be fair, and
Wow.
they pay for like 5 years in advance. And they don't really make money unless you're on the air for 5 years and they can sell you into syndication. So those shows that come and they do for like 2 or 3 years and don't really make it, they lose a lot of money.
Wow.
So yeah, when the economy was in the pichadou, as our Italian friends will say, it was really hard to gamble on a guy like me. Like kind of, I wasn't brand new, but I wasn't like a name, like anything. Or so it didn't really happen, and that happens all the time, where people are pretty much sure that it's like, oh man, you're gonna, but 3 out of 4 times it doesn't go for you.
I could see the spinoff now. William goes to New York. William goes to North Carolina or
Right.
something. You know what? Do you remember the storyline that they pitched to you?
They didn't really pitch it, but if you watch those last episodes or in the show, it's like when they were at my house, it was kind of like small, and then like in the last year, like the sets of my house were getting bigger and bigger, and then I was like, oh, I guess we're gonna move in here, and it's gonna be me and Monica and the baby and crazy hijinks and things like that. But I have a few ideas, or I had a few ideas for William. I wanted him to maybe become like a judge and be. I don't know if you're old enough to remember that show Night Court, which is actually coming back. So he
Really,
was
it's
kind of
coming
like,
back.
yeah, like a crazy judge. He was like at night in New York, and he just had his own way of that. And actually, I moved to Inglewood. I don't know if you know where that is in Los
Inglewood
Angeles.
ain't up to no good.
I moved down there, and it was like it's full of fans down there, and they were like, you're so popular down here, you could run for mayor and win. And then I was like,
There you go.
William moves to Inglewood and becomes the mayor,
There
and
you
it's kind of
go.
like Green Acres, where he's kind of like trying to, he's
There
in
you
the
go.
hood trying to like,
There
work
you
things for
go.
people. I thought that would be good, but then I talked about it too much, and then there was a show with some black cats called The Mayor on like a couple of years later. And I
Uh-huh.
forgot what channel it was. And I was like, shit, you got to keep your mouth shut. In Hollywood, they'll take a good idea from you real quick.
Yep, you got to
Yeah,
be quiet. Mhm.
yeah. I talk too much.
You're okay. You okay. You and icons can talk, okay?
All
It's
right,
okay.
I appreciate it. Thank
And
you.
like I told you before, this is a safe space. I'm not about to come out the gates asking you nothing crazy. So you're in a safe space. So whatever God allowed you to lay on your heart and say, you can say it, okay? I
I
won't be
appreciate
sued.
that.
I
Thank
won't
you.
be sued. But you're
Thank
welcome.
you. Thank you
You're
very
welcome.
much.
So what was life like for you after the show ended?
Um, there was a lot of auditioning originally. People were scrambling around. I was auditioning a lot for things on Disney. I guess I have
Oh,
an
okay.
energy that they kind of like for like the Nickelodeon and all those kind of channels. But man, it just slows down. and you go from working every day. A sitcom's like a 9 to 5 job. And then when that's over, you're on the couch, playing Xbox and eating a lot and watching TV. It's just, it's a new kind of thing. I'd worked a lot, since I was in my 20s till the end of my 30s, and then all of a sudden I got all this free time, and it was hard for a while there.
Well, did you get the role? I know you started acting after that with Heart of Dixie, right? Heart of Dixie.
Yeah, I did that.
How was that? What was that? Okay, or different scenery, or
It was a different animal completely. I mean, it was it's like they shoot those shows like movies, like those kind of like sitcoms. They do like the 4 cameras, and then they shoot it like you're doing a play, and you kind of come out and you do it all and you go through. But Heart of Dixie is kind of more like a movie where they shoot it scene by scene and shoot it out of order, and they go on location and things. It was a blessing to get back in there, to be acting. But man, I like sitcoms is my beast. That's what I do.
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
and
oh yeah.
It's a shame that it's really not like but 1 or 2 of those remaining now. It's kind of like a dying genre,
Mm-hmm.
Yep. But I don't know, you get so close to the people then, and they can come in and they get so excited to come onto the studio lot, and they get the audience, and it's like a carnival up in there. They have a comedian keeping everybody all excited and things in between the takes, and I just like the feeling of live entertaining of people.
Right.
But yeah, that's gone.
It may come back, it may come back. Now, this is a random question that popped in my head, but I want to ask you. Are you able to take the role of William Dent and go and do whatever you want to with it? Or do you have to buy the rights in order to do that?
I don't think I couldn't call him William Dent without buying the rights, but I mean, he's pretty much me. I was pretty much playing myself on the show, so I think any character that I'm going to be, if they put me with Jackie Chan or if they put me with Sylvester Stallone in a movie, it's pretty much going to be like that guy, like William, kind of like the, like nice and quirky and, sexy or whatever.
I could see you having your own YouTube like sitcom. Replaying yourself. I can see that. You own the rights to everything. You do the casting, you do the hiring. Yeah. I can see that because ownership is a big thing now,
It is a big thing. It's always been. But yeah, anything that I do would probably be familiar to people in that way.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm not a very good writer. I just need to hook up with some guys that, that could write stuff for me.
And you're going to hook up with them. Watch. I can see an Oscar coming your way, okay? I'm
all right.
I can see an Oscar, okay?
Okay.
So it warmed my heart when I saw you appear on Blackish. You only appeared towards the end, but when I seen you on screen, I was like, what? I was so surprised. Shout out to Tracy again for that, because she said she put together all of that, and I'm so glad she did. So why do you think Hollywood isn't interested in Black shows really when it comes to a Girlfriends or a Moesha or the Parkers? Because it just seems like with y'all show, it's still growing, but at the same time, it's like, oh, well, we're just going to pay it dust.
I think they just don't trust it. They just don't trust. I remember when Eddie Murphy first came out, and he was just so wildly loved and popular. But at the same time, they never let him go out and do a movie by himself. They always felt like they had to team him up with a white guy like Nick Nolte in 48 Hours or Dan Aykroyd in Trading Places. And everyone was like, why is it always like some other guy and Eddie Murphy when everybody's showing up to see Eddie Murphy in the first place? And, he's but it takes a while. The guys that are in charge of entertainment are usually older guys, and they're always trying to fight the last war. They're always like, well, in the 50s, TV was like this, and they're not really, it takes a while for them to, you know, to get up off of it and to open themselves up to new ideas and
Right.
things like that, you know.
Right.
So, yeah.
So how did you feel when you got a call saying, go on Netflix and look? How did you feel?
That they were going on Netflix, I was pretty happy. I was touched, you know. I was tickled. I was hoping that they were gonna, I don't know, finish it over there. I don't know, you know. I was hoping that they were gonna, but I don't know what their plans are. If they're just gonna play the old shows.
I bet you those residual checks is nice.
Oh no, it's not. It's really not that much. You know, it's
Oh.
no, not at all. When a
Oh.
show is on that long, the longer it reruns, the less they have to pay for it.
Gotcha.
So we've been rerunning for like 20 years, you know. But if we had just been canceled like last year, then it would be a lot of money. But it's really not that much money.
Well, that's okay.
But a
Now,
little is welcome.
you got that right. You got that right. You got that right.
Right.
So what are you working towards now? Are you going to any auditions? Are you about to be into some commercials? What you doing?
I'm auditioning. I'm working. I'm on I don't know if I'm supposed to say, but I'm on I'm going to be on Black Lightning, you know, Black Lightning on the CW.
Oh, that's my show. Okay.
Oh, really? Yeah, it's coming out this month and next month. I'll be on there for a few episodes. Okay. And, you know, I audition. I do little parts, you know, hopefully building up to something.
So you're going to be like a recurring character?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. That is good. Yeah. Now, after that, what you going to do then? Because I can see some commercials. I can see you getting paid a lot of money for some type of commercial. I can see it.
I hope so, but you know, that's how it goes. You know, you do something for a while and then it's gone and you're just like, what are you going to do? And then it'll come out of nowhere. Girlfriends came out of nowhere, you know, and you can't really plan in your head for it. You pray for something, but you don't know what it's going to be, but it comes.
But here's what I'm going to tell you. Like I told you before in the beginning, you need to, I know you're a humble man. Just by talking to you right now, I can see that you're a humble man. You don't be asking for much. You just want respect. Yeah. But here's what I want to say to you. I literally had to sneak and watch Girlfriends. That's how much I love every single character. But your character really stuck out to me.
Thank you.
So I say that to say, you need to step into your, I did this shit. I am the shit, and I'm getting ready to go back out there. Okay?
Yeah.
You need to do not say that you do not consider yourself important, because you are important. To Black people in particular, you are important. Mara even said it not too long ago. You are important.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. I guess I'm just a little humble. You know, I'm just not you know, I'm not like me, blam. I'm just not one of those kind of guys, you know. I wasn't raised that way.
Though. But I know as soon as we get off this interview, you're going to say, I am the shit. I am the shit, okay?
I appreciate it. I feel that inside. I feel it. I feel your love.
You should. Walk in it. Step in it. Marry it. Do it. You know?
Yes, sir.
But I want to say thank you for this interview. I did not want to keep you long because I know Super Bowl's coming. But I really wanted to talk to you. So thank you.
All right, brother. Thanks, brother. Thank you very much.
Do you know how to sign off? Do you need my help with that, or?
I don't know. I press the X up there in the corner.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Take care of yourself, okay?
Bye-bye.